What's going on, YouTube? I'm out here for another video on my 1992 Camaro third gen 305 5.0 V8. So I'm going to do a pretty basic tune-up. I'm going to change the spark plugs, wires, distributor cap, distributor rotor, and I'm going to do a fuel injection cleaner. I'm going to flush the fuel injectors out under this air breather here, and I got some fuel treatment for the gas tank. So I'm gonna try to keep this video short, simple, and detailed. I'm gonna show you what all you're gonna need, and I'm gonna show you how to start this tune-up. So, what you need. I got a 5/8 socket for the spark plug. This is like a magnetic one. It's pretty cool. Swivel extension, regular extension, 3/8 ratchet, couple of screwdrivers, Phillips and flat. Got your gauging spark plug gauge tool. Got the old school and the new school one. I'll show you how that works. I pretty much got all factory stock replacement stuff, like the wires, pretty much GM replacement. AC Delco spark plugs, new distributor cap. This is actually a premium cap, supposed to be a little upgrade. It was like $45 just for this cap. Couldn't believe it. Rotors, and I got my fuel injection cleaner, throttle body cleaner. I'm gonna spray the injectors with this, and this right here goes in the gas tank. This is you see it say cleans injectors, cleans carb jets, stabilizes fuel, all that good stuff. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is remove this air filter, and I'm gonna flush my fuel injectors out. I'm gonna do it now because I'd rather do it with the old spark plugs in the engine. If you don't want to flush be spraying cleaner in your injectors and you flood your brand new spark plugs. You don't want to do that. So I'm gonna do it first and then come back and start doing my spark plugs. And I'm gonna show you how to get to the spark plugs, because as you can see, they go all the way down at the bottom under your manifolds down here. It is no arm room, no hand room. That's going to be a job for the ground or on your back, or if you got a lift, but it's from the bottom of the engine on both sides. So let's get started. All right, so now I'm done with that. You seen as I was spraying the cleaner inside the injectors, I was moving the throttle cable, giving it some gas to help keep the engine from choking out. That's a good thing to do. You don't want it to stall on you. So now I'm finna to unplug the battery cable and then start with my spark plugs and spark plug wires. All right, so battery is unplugged. Safety first, because you don't want to get down there messing around by those starter wires or any power wire period and arc something, and then you blow a fuse or you have other kind of problems that you don't want to have. So let me show you how to get to these spark plugs and spark plug wires now. Okay, so this is the front of the bottom of the car. See, but if you look right there, man, it's really hard to see. This camera here. You can see one spark plug wire right there. That's your front one. We got one right there. Further on. So you can reach the front two from the front of the motor. And then you will have to turn around. This is the passenger side of the car. Turn around to where your starter is. And get up in there. And there's one of your back spark plugs. And there's one further behind that. I can't even get the camera back there. But you can pretty much get your hand up in there with your socket and reach that spark plug. See it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Do the best I can. Have this camera in here to show you how this works. Okay, so if you look up in there, I got the socket and the ratchet on that very last spark plug, which is right behind the starter. It's that one, and there's a plug further up, which is right there. So ain't no room to get no extension. It's just your socket and your ratchet. That's all you got. But you can get to your back two plugs easily from the passenger side bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue on. Okay, so I got that rear plug out, and it don't look too bad. I was expecting a lot worse. It's not really that wet, ain't really too dirty. That's good. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna check the gap on here just to see where these was at, because my idle was pretty good. My car ran pretty decent, just had a slight miss. So I'm gonna check this gap. I'm gonna check my manufacturer sticker and see what they prefer this gap to be at, which is right here, 0.35 inches. I got my tool, which is right here, old school boy. 0.35 would be right here. So put this in there. You go around till you feel it kind of get snug. When it gets snug, that's the gap. And just set at 0.45 inches like my new ones are. So like I said, it didn't run that bad. I'm thinking I'm gonna just gauge these back to the manufacturing spec. I'm gonna readjust them and then install my new ones. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue on. Alright, so I got all my spark plugs gapped and gauged correctly. Now let's move on to these spark plug wires. What I do is I remove one wire at a time. Take off the plug, take off the wire. I've seen guys take off all the wires all at once and then get their firing order mixed up because they forgot where they go. And you don't want to do that. Your car might not run or it's going to run bad, so you don't want those problems. So if you already did that, I can put a diagram up and I can kind of show you what the firing order is on the engine real quick. 8 cylinders, odds on the driver's side, evens on the passenger side. 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6, 8. On your distributor, you got 1, 2, 7, 5, 6, 3, 4, and 8. And here's the diagram to show you. So, like I was saying, what I do is take off one wire at a time. Got all my new ones laid out on the floor right here. Take your old wire, lay it down there with the new ones, match them up, get the length straight. If it's the same length, it's the right wire. That looks good to me. Okay, so now I'm trying to transfer my distributor cap. What I'm gonna do is, I already took the screws loose. 2 screws on the distributor cap. Got those loose. I'm gonna pull this up. Kind of get it out the way so I can see my rotor. There's the rotor right there. This just pulls right up. So, take that up. That's how dirty it is. Okay, so it's a small lip in the inside of your rotor. That lines back up with that little groove right there. Put it back on there. Get it down. That's that. Now from here, I would just start transferring the wires from that cap to my new cap. But I'll come back and show you a little more with that. Okay, so I'm over on the driver's side now. This is right by the oil filter. It's one spark plug that's right behind your O2 sensor on your manifold. It's in a real bad spot. So once you get here, I suggest you stop and say a little prayer and pack some patience, because it took me about 45 minutes to get that one plug out and back in. I had the hand started. I couldn't really get my socket up on there. It was a real tight spot. So once you get to these 2 back plugs on your driver's side, just be aware it's going to be a little bit of work. So quick update. I went out for a test drive and everything was running good. I had a good idle. It was hitting on every cylinder, good acceleration. Everything was good until I got to about 40 or 50 miles per hour, and then it choked out on me and shut off. So I came back to do a quick inspection, and I realized that I had snapped a vacuum hose that goes to the back of my fuel injection system right here. To whatever this is. I think this is a map sensor. So this is very important. And I also snapped the hose right here going to this coolant valve. I don't know how important this is, but the point is, be very careful when you're working back here by your distributor. It's a bunch of old vacuum hoses that's brittle, and they will break on you and cause other issues. So I had to go buy this replacement vacuum hose and this union rubber hoses, if I can repair that and then go back out for a second test drive. So stay tuned. Okay, YouTube, so here we go. Finished product. I replaced that vacuum line back there, and she good. Good smooth idle. Performance is good. I'm happy. So be very careful what you're touching when you're back there working, so you don't break anything. So please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave a comment if you got any questions.